With all the Halloween content added to Red Dead Online this month, comes with it an awesome way to make a serious amount of gold as well as some cash this month. As most of you already know, Rockstar has added some new maps for the Call to Arms, which are a lot of fun to play through and are actually a bit challenging. They're also paying triple cash and triple gold this month, and as most veteran players know, there's a way that you can maximize this to make the most possible gold and cash. Of course, there is a bunch more bonuses, discounts, as well as other content added, and if you want to see a video that covers all of that, I will leave a link to that in the description. But in this video, we're really just going to focus on how you can make the most possible gold this month. So as I mentioned, there are 2 Halloween Call to Arms themed maps this month, and that is added to 8 of the old ones, so you have a selection of 8 Call to Arms maps to play. And these are a hell of a lot of fun to play, and some of them are definitely more challenging than others, with the new maps being actually a little bit challenging. To launch the Call to Arms, you just have to go down into the Telegram sections, which you can find inside in your interaction menu, and then just select one of the Hallow's Call to Arms maps. If you don't see these in your interaction menu in the Telegrams, well, just go to the post office and you might have to pick up a letter, and then you should have the option to do it. I would highly recommend you prepare before coming into these, and at the bare minimum, make sure your guns are clean. Also, make sure you have enough ammo. Craft yourself or purchase some health tonics as well as tonics for your Deadeye, and if you're able to craft some minty game meat, this will be very useful as it will give you a gold health core, and if you can craft some thyme big game meat, this will give you a gold Deadeye core, which is very useful. To craft these, all you have to do is find some alligators and just skin them, and that will give you the big game meat, and then just make some with either thyme or mint. That said, if you are a completely new player and you don't have that many guns or money to afford tonics and stuff like this, well, you can just launch the Hallow's Call to Arms, and there will be some guns scattered around the place, and you can also open some crates which will give you a small amount of ammo, and to be honest, you'll probably do just fine with that for what we need to do today. But if you're aiming to kind of really hold through and get to all 10 waves, you definitely want to come in prepared. So if you're just trying to grind this out and not really looking for much of a challenge, I think the easiest map for you to pick here would probably be Armadillo, because it is a lot of flat land. You can have a lot of long lines where you can just pick them off from a distance. Now everyone has their preference on what ability cards that they're going to use. For me personally, I would be what's called a painted black player, and I think this works very well for this particular strategy. So what that would mean is that you want to have painted black as your main Deadeye card. I like to pair it with 3 recovery ability cards, so I use Strange Medicine to help me heal while I deal damage. After that, I really want to make sure I'm getting my Deadeye replenished, so eye for an eye means that for every headshot I get, I'll replenish some of my Deadeye. And then finally, I'll use Cold Blooded, so after killing an enemy, I'll get back a little bit of health over the next 5 seconds, which again helps me stay alive. There is of course other ability card loadouts you can get, as well as a bit more of a tweak to this one, but this is usually what I'll just run around with anyway, so it works very well for Call to Arms. And to be honest, I don't usually use this to kind of just paint a target on enemies, although that is very useful to do. The main reason I'm doing this is to get rid of the bloom. So when you're in painted black, there is no bloom on your shot, meaning it's 100% accurate. So what I'll do is I'll quickly go into Deadeye, tap up so I get the headshot placed up, and then shoot and then come out of Deadeye very quickly. So I use very little Deadeye per shot, but my shots are very accurate. That said, if there is a enemy that would be, we'll say, in a distance, like a sniper, or going to be an enemy inside one of the wagons, then I might use the painted black full ability to kind of tag the enemy so I can get the shot. So when you launch into Armadillo, just pick up any ammo if you need it, or pick up any weapons if you need it, and then just hit skip and don't bother placing the NPCs. There really isn't any point to do this anyway. Then me personally, I will hop on a horse and then ride around and start shooting the enemies as quickly as possible. The faster you can dispatch all of these enemies, the better you will be. The majority of these enemies are just going to be slowly walking towards you and are a very easy shot. if you're on the horse, you can easily keep distance between them and again just pick them off. They can drag you off the horse, so don't let them get too close. And if you see one with a tomahawk, he is the one you want to take out first, because they can throw that tomahawk, it's a one-shot kill, and they can be crazy accurate with that tomahawk. So wave 1 will spawn 24 enemies for you to dispatch, wave 2 will spawn 32 enemies, and then wave 3 will spawn 40 enemies. And if you're trying to make the most money as possible, this is where you want to stop. And that is because for the last few years, Rockstar has a gaping flaw in this game called ARMS. You'd imagine that you would earn kind of more money the more you do the waves, as the waves get harder and harder each time till you get to wave 10, but they don't. Normally the pay is like you get 1 nugget, so 0.1 gold bars per wave. I think you get in around $10 as well per wave. But look, again, it doesn't scale with the difficulty of each of the waves. So if you're on your own and you want to maximize the amount you earn, you're better off getting to complete wave 3, and when you start wave 4, just take yourself out and then just replay the call to arms. There won't be a cooldown, and you get to keep the gold that you got. And because Rockstar is now paying triple gold and cash on call to arms this month, that means that you get 0.3 gold bars or 3 gold nuggets per wave. So in about 10 to 15 minutes you can grab yourself 9 gold nuggets. So just say you're able to do like 5 of these an hour, that's like 4.5 gold bars. Now that'll depend how fast you can dispatch them. Obviously if you are playing with another person, you are actually going to both get the same pay, which is great. It's not divided between you, and you can dispatch them a lot faster, so that would be great. For some reason the matchmaking is I haven't once matched made with another player just organically so far this month. So if you do want to play with your friends, you're going to have to meet up in free roam beforehand, create a posse, and then start and launch the call to arms. The only difference is here you want to retry with posse then when you decide to restart. If you're looking to find other players, you can check out my Discord. In there you might be able to find someone that wants to kind of grind out these as well and make some gold. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Now also, you're not going to get your ammo returned to you. Anything you use while playing, you lose. So what you want to do instead of healing the NPC is just restock your ammo by either running over the guns or going to the ammo crates, and that will keep you in the game longer. But eventually you'll probably want to stop and replenish your tonics and stuff like that. And also absolutely keep an eye on your awards, as you'll get like 4 gold nuggets each time you complete an award. Just make sure you reset them so that you are getting the most amount of gold and cash out of this. And finally, although this is probably a great way to grind and you can absolutely do it solo, me personally, if I ever get put in with a team, which I haven't yet this month, but it has happened before, sometimes Rockstar will match make you with other players. Because I don't know if this is their first time ever playing Call to Arms, I'll usually just kind of push through till 10 for them, just in case they've never got to wave 10 before. If I see them standing over near a bunch of explosives after wave 3, I kind of know what's happening, and that's fine too. But these are a lot of fun to play and definitely a good challenge for yourself. That said, if you are playing on your own, going to wave 10, it's going to cost you a lot of tonics, a lot of ammo, and you're going to spend a lot of time afterwards trying to replenish your ammo and stuff before you come in and play again. So it is probably worth playing as a posse, but it can be a lot more fun just to push through to wave 10. But look, this is the best strategy if you're just trying to get as much gold and cash as possible this month. Definitely do it this way. And if you are looking for tips to play on and get to all level 10, I will leave a link to a video that gives some of the best tips out there for playing Call to Arms. Also this month, if you get to wave 4, you will get yourself an Outlaw Pass item, which is the patch, and you'll get a free Nochidosis saddle, which is a great saddle if you get to wave 8. And again, if you want to see all of this stuff that is here this month in Red Dead Online, check out my event month overview, which again, I'll leave that video in the description. Let me know in the comments any other tips and tricks you all have for the Call to Arms this month. And again, check out the Discord if you're looking for people to posse up with. Alright people, happy Halloween.